In a moment, when we count down from 3 to 1, we kindly ask you to place your flag onto the magic platform in front of you.
接着第二位来介绍的是教育部国际及两岸教育司的杨顺南科员。
The officer of the Department of International.
So from very early on, science.
Hello, thank you for allowing us to be here today. Last night we went to one of the great night markets. It was very nice. Do you know what we bought there? An apple. And now imagine this apple is the word. At first, we quartered the apple. And I give 3/4 to Annabelle. This 75% of the earth is water, desert, and mountains. No, we only have a quarter left. I will divide this quarter in half again and give this little piece to Lorena.
This part represents the expanse of human-occupied space in the form of cities and industry.
The last 12% is the area we have left for planting, and this small part has to feed 8 million people. Pretty little space for a lot of people if you look at it that way. Now, I will tell you something about myself. My name is Vivian and I'm 20 years old. I'm a chef apprentice in the 3rd year at Jan's Restaurant in Detmold, Germany. We are one of 300 Michelin star restaurants in Germany. The CO2 consumption of food is an important aspect of the impact of our diet on the environment. Food production, processing, transport and storage contribute significantly to the release of greenhouse gases, in particular carbon dioxide, into the atmosphere. These emissions are a major driver of climate change. Various factors influence the CO2 consumption of food. An important aspect is the type of production. For example, animal products, such as meat and milk, have a higher carbon footprint than plant food, such as vegetables and fruits. This is because the rearing of animals, their feeding, the emissions of methane during digestion, and the energy intensity of animal husbandry together generate huge amounts of greenhouse gases. The transport of food over long distance is also important. The further food has to be transported, the more CO2 is usually released. Local or seasonal products, therefore, tend to have a lower carbon footprint as they require less transport. Food processing also plays a role. Processed food often require more energy and resources during production, which can lead to higher CO2 emissions. And an example of this is frozen or packaged food. Here we calculated the CO2 consumption of a vegetarian, a fish and a meat dish. The vegetarian dish used the least at 0.22 kilograms. After that comes the fish dish with 1.4 kilograms and the meat dish has the most with 3.5 kilograms. Most people probably can do anything with the numbers. That's okay. That's why I'm trying to compare it with driving a car as an example. With the vegetarian dish, use as much CO2 as if you can drive 2 kilometers with the car. For the fish dish, we are already at 11 kilometers, and for the meat dish, you can drive 29 kilometers with your car.
Hi, my name is Verena, and I'm in the 3rd year of my apprenticeship as a mechatronic. It combines mechanic, electronics, pneumatics, and informatics. And besides that, I'm also doing my technician degree.
Hello, my name is Anna, and I'm 23 years old, and I'm working on my technical degree in electrical engineering. For those who cannot imagine anything about it, it is similar to bachelor degrees in electrical engineering. We are all at the same vocational college, Felix Beckendorf, but in different departments. Lorena and I work at Lenze and would like to give you a little insight. Lenze is a family-owned business with a history of more than 75 years. Lenze has over 4,000 employees at 45 locations around the world. The headquarters is in Germany near Hamilton.
Lenze is a world-leading automation company for mechanical engineering, and the company is specialized in motors, inverters, controllers, gearboxes, software, and cloud solutions. You might be wondering why we are telling you things about the company, even though we are students. The reason is that Germany has a unique dual education system for those people who want to do an apprenticeship rather than studying. So that allows us to have practical education in school, in a company, for example, Lenze, and also have theoretical education in school. So now back to our project. Based on what we've heard so far, we wanted to develop a system that makes it possible for everyone to grow fresh food in small spaces and in a carbon dioxide saving way. We decided to design a vertical framework for the most efficient use of space. It can be used in many different ways depending on the plan's height. After planning, we began with the framework. We have been exclusively using materials that were recycled, which can be recycled, or materials from regrown resources. And as you can see in the last picture, there's our result.
This photo shows the electrical assembly of our vertical garden project. The different parts are the power supply, batteries, microcontroller, moisture filter, clock module, and a pump. Our project has an autonomous power supply. We used solar panels as the energy source and save it in batteries. The control is done by a microcontroller. We used an Arduino. We measure the moisture. The plants are watered at their roots and only when the soil is too dry. We do this in the early morning hours so that the water doesn't transpire directly from the sun. We also want to present you a small part of our programming which we have done by ourselves. You can see that we start the moisture measurement 4:30 in the morning. Then we calculate the average moisture so that errors can be excluded. In the next step, the plant is watered with different amounts of water based on the average moisture value. After the step, we have to reset the initial values, and the microcontroller waits until 4:30 at the next day and starts again.
So, what are the take-home messages we wanted to share with you during this presentation? Vertical gardening has has many advantages that can help us to make this world a little bit better. First of all, it enables us to use limited spaces, and as you have seen at the beginning from this presentation, we have only limited capacity of usable area in this world. So instead of only using the surface represented by this peel of this apple, we could maximize the capacity by expanding vertically. Furthermore, it allows us to pour out the perfect amount of water at a specific time, and all of this by using solar energy. And as a result of not using any packaging, for example, we reduce carbon dioxide emissions, which was mentioned at the beginning. In case you want more information or to build your own vertical gardening, please come and visit our booth. See you there. Thank you.
谢谢袁国芬、高庆宝职业学院带来的专题发表。
Dear teachers from around the world, please be seated. Campus environment and extracurricular activities.
Of subjects, we don't teach subjects anymore, but we teach learning fields. We call them learning fields or educational fields, which is a much more comprehensive thing and which leads to project-based learning. So we get from our administration, we get the core curriculum. We are a vocational school or a technical school, so we are all everything is related to technical matters, and we teach in the dual system of vocational training, so we always combine with companies. Very nice. Yes, the password is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In the left corner, lower corner, you see what traditional subjects would have been included. But we don't teach anymore in that way, so it's just to give you an idea. The basic reading, writing, and so on. This is how we structure that, and we will give you some examples from the real world, what we really did. And you see we have to cooperate with other teachers, with other classes, with other divisions in our school.
Okay, let me start with a question. Everybody knows Google Maps? Who doesn't?
Never heard of it.
Never heard of it. Maybe you also know about Google Street View. Wherever you want. Put one here, put it there, take a photo. These photos are usual JPEGs, and you can upload them to a tool in the internet. One of those is called marzipano.net. You put up your photos, and you can connect them with these arrows on the ground, like in Google Street View. And then you can download it finally, and you get exactly the data you can put on a web server. But Marzipano has one more function. You can put hotspots wherever you want. Put a hotspot here, put a hotspot here, there, whatever. And these hotspots can be filled with information, with written text, with pictures, with links to other parts of your website, to external videos, whatever. You can put all information about in these hotspots. And on the second level, you can get deeper into this. For example, how is the wiring made for this cable, for these lamps? The electrician is included. how do we assemble and how strong has to be the wood framework for the stage and so on. And everything can be included, and Marzipano, your panorama, your street view, so room view, is just a surface, a presentation. And you can include many different jobs and more deeper information that your students can collect and inform into this.
Okay, then we will also tell you about our other example. This is hotel management, so there are students from hotel management as well as apprentices in the field of electronics, and they get a scenario about an old hotel.
Koalas, okay, and lots of boring people down here. This is no good. Yeah. Very hot and wet up there, hot and dry in the middle. I feel like a weatherman. And over here, just right, yeah? This is where we are, Margaret River.